Well, good morning. I'm pleased to be joined today by our Council President, Todd Gloria, Ray Ellis, who's a board member with the Balboa Park Conservancy, Deborah Klutchko, board president of the Balboa Park Cultural Partnership, Frank Urtasun is the regional vice president of external affairs for SDG&E. Bill Evans will be joining us here in a second from our tourism marketing district. Right on time, I like that, very good. Carolyn Wormser, our city's special events director, and Andy Field will join us, our interim park and rec director. Thank you for being here today. I know a lot of San Diegans have been wondering about the future of Balboa Park's Centennial celebration over the last several weeks. This morning, we are here to share with you our vision for this Centennial. We're bringing Balboa Park, the museums and cultural institutions and community pride within it, back to the Balboa Park Centennial celebration. This will be an event by San Diegans for San Diegans. We will promote, celebrate, and elevate Balboa Park for 2015 and beyond in a manner that is both transparent and collaborative. One of the things I think that got lost over the past several years is why we wanted to have a Centennial celebration in the first place. It's not about holding a grand spectacle that attracts kings and queens to San Diego. The celebration is about honoring the 1915 Panama, California exposition that put our city on the world map and that ensures that Balboa Park remains San Diego's crown jewel for the next century. With those goals in mind, we're moving forward with a more practical and realistic plan that builds a foundation for Balboa Park's future and reignites the passion that so many San Diegans have for this wonderful park. I'm going to give you a brief overview and the scope of the plan, and then I'll introduce some of the folks who are going to help make it happen. As I said, the plan is to promote, celebrate, and elevate Balboa Park. First, we're going to ensure that we promote Balboa Park and its wonderful cultural institutions and museums like never before with the help of the Tourism Marketing District. Second, we're going to celebrate the Centennial by partnering with the Balboa Park Conservancy and the Balboa Park Cultural Partnership, who are best positioned to truly ensure that what happens here in the park is what's best for the park and for San Diegans. The Conservancy's mission is to make Balboa Park great by raising private donations and organizing volunteer programs. Moving forward, they will be central to the celebrations next year. They are planning 2 signature events for the spring and the summer of 2015, in addition to kicking off and closing the year with December Nights. All of this is in addition to returning the annual events that San Diegans love so much that are here in Balboa Park. Events such as Earth Day, the Rock and Roll Marathon, the Pride Parade, and St. Patrick's Day. These events will stay in the park. These beloved events will continue not only for next year, but for years to come. And San Diegans who love Balboa Park and want to contribute financially to either fund more activities next year or to help pay for these additional enhancements and repairs the park needs every single year will find a partner in the Balboa Park Conservancy. We will also collaborate with the Balboa Park Cultural Partnership to highlight the many wonderful cultural programs that the park's museums and institutions have already had planned for 2015. And finally, we're going to elevate Balboa Park by making investments in its future. Energy efficient lighting will be installed by SDG&E. And SDG&E's contribution and their generosity will significantly fund this undertaking, supplementing funds that have already been budgeted by the city. Additional funds left over from the Balboa Park Centennial Incorporated will also be able to be used for capital projects such as this. Landscaping will be enhanced and expanded throughout the park, and city staff will be putting out a request for proposals for additional food vendors in the park to serve San Diegans and visitors alike. The common theme here is that the city of San Diego is partnering with people and groups that have long ties to Balboa Park and a proven track record of getting things done. Because of their participation, I'm absolutely confident that all of this can be accomplished in the short time that we have left before 2015 at minimal cost. Going forward, we want to tap the passion and energy of San Diegans who love this park and what it means to our families. That's why all of us, and I will ensure that city staff will present public quarterly updates to the Balboa Park Committee to ensure the utmost transparency as we move forward. This was going to create a public forum where community members can bring their suggestions directly to the city. And I think all of us know there have been so many San Diegans that have so many great ideas and suggestions. The 2015 celebration is going to be about getting San Diegans to fall back in love with Balboa Park over again and helping to make the improvements that will last for generations to come. We will celebrate 100 years of Balboa Park, and then by working together, we will focus our efforts on making Balboa Park magnificent for the next 100 years. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, our council president, of course, whose council district is right here where we are in Balboa Park. Todd?
Thank you, Mayor Faulconer, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining the mayor and I this morning. We stand today where San Diegans 100 years ago chose to invest in Balboa Park and created the cultural heart of our city and the crown jewel of our city's park system. Like them, we have a choice to make. We can choose to let the Centennial of the 1915 Panama, California Exposition, the event that saw the construction of so many of the structures that surround us today, to go by without recognition and to spend our time pointing fingers for what has not happened. Or we could throw a party with a sheet cake and have an hour or two one day, sometime next summer, and call it a day. Or we can do like they did 100 years ago. We can choose to collaborate and to make strategic investments in the park to ensure that it remains a beautiful asset for San Diegans and visitors for the next 100 years and beyond. The decision between those choices was an easy one. 100 years after that one initial investment, we must again focus on the foundation of Balboa Park. And while many of us, including myself, had once had visions of 365 days of events and celebrations throughout the park to commemorate the Centennial, the time has come to refocus on productive investments for the benefit of our park. 2015 will be a year of greatness in Balboa Park. There will be investments for efficiency upgrades, special seasonal events, and exciting exhibitions that are already planned at our incredible cultural institutions. Importantly, we know that we now have the right people at the table. The people you see here today are united and committed to see the vision for our celebration through to reality. With city leaders like Mayor Faulconer and city staff like those who are here today, the private sector, the Balboa Park representatives, we are all now working together. We will not promise kings and prime ministers or a $30 or $100 million party, but we will promise and we will deliver an experience that will bring San Diegans back to the park and set the park up for success for another 100 years. In 1915, San Diegans had the foresight to give us the gift of the park that we see and love today. What legacy will we give to future generations of San Diegans? We are going to invest in this park so that it remains a spectacular public space without equal, and that gift will last longer than any party. I want to thank Mayor Kevin Faulconer, Scott Chadwick, Stacy LaMedico, Carolyn Wormser, Andy Field, and our wonderful city staff for understanding the importance of Balboa Park in the Centennial of the 1915 Panama, California Exposition. We have collaborated together to get this done today. I also want to thank the stakeholders, such as the Balboa Park Cultural Partnership and, of course, the Balboa Park Conservancy, who have agreed to step up and to help the city with this endeavor by expanding the efforts, the extraordinary efforts that they already devote to the park every day. And finally, I'm grateful for the participation of SDG&E and our Tourism Marketing District, whose continued commitment to a tangible demonstration that 2015 can still be an unforgettable event for which San Diegans will be proud. Together, we have committed to moving forward with a celebration that is achievable, manageable, and is good for our city and great for our park. Again, thank you very much for being here today. I'm pleased to introduce Ray Ellis, who's representing the Balboa Park Conservancy. Ray?
Good morning. Thank you, Council President Gloria and Mayor Faulconer. I'm here as a board member for the Balboa Park Conservancy. The Balboa Park Conservancy was formed a few years ago as a private nonprofit corporation to raise funds, develop public-private partnerships, and to collaborate with other park stakeholders and the community. Our goal is to provide Balboa Park with the care and attention deserving of one of San Diego's crown jewels. The Conservancy operates as a partner with the city, who owns the park, and focuses on capital and enhancement projects. We also manage December nights. Obviously, it is important to us that we have a great event moving forward. That's why the Conservancy is pleased to support the city in putting together next year's celebration. The Conservancy is ready to continue its management role with December nights, already in place. In addition, we will be exploring the feasibility of 2 additional events, somewhat similar to the format of December nights, but with a different emphasis on each. Conceptually, these events might include, first starting off with December nights of 2014, we propose using a similar format, but have a theme of looking at the highlights of the rich history of Balboa Park. Then in the spring, to celebrate the things we do in San Diego, highlighting technology and innovation sectors, biotech, the military, craft beer, recreation, and of course, arts and culture. In the fall, to celebrate the people of San Diego, highlighting our ethnic, our geographic, and our cultural diversity. San Diego has such richness in these areas that we believe it's worthy of a celebration. The Conservancy is pleased to support the city's leadership of the revised plans for Balboa Park in 2015. We look forward to working with other park stakeholders and the community to develop these 4 events at the proper scale to meet the community's expectations, but recognizing and being mindful of the time and the funding parameters that we're facing. In keeping with the mission of the Balboa Park Conservancy, we will be looking for opportunities during this process to integrate sustainability and legacy projects that will live on well past 2015. We hope that these investments and these enhancements to the park will be seen as a gift back to the park that we all know and love. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Deborah Klochko, and I'm board president of the Balboa Park Cultural Partners. I'm also executive director of the Museum of Photographic Arts. And I just have to tell you, I am so excited to be here at this moment with these announcements. This is what we've been waiting for, and we are really eager for the next steps. The Cultural Partnership brings together 27 organizations that are dedicated to advancing the needs of the park. Our role is to work together to enhance the Balboa Park experience. In essence, creating one amazing museum with collections and programs that cover everything from art to history to anthropology, the sciences, and photography, all located in beautiful Balboa Park. We bring tourists to our city, improve resources through collaboration, find new ways to engage San Diego residents, and create unforgettable experiences for every visitor to the park. William Pollard wrote, "Without change, there is no innovation, creativity, or incentive for improvement." Balboa Park has always been about innovation, transformation, and creativity. In honor of its 100th year, we will showcase the collective culture that has flourished since the park's creation. Even more significantly, this moment marks the beginning of what's to come in the next century. And I do want to also mention something important, that while it's not as visible as all of the other activities you can come to expect, by the end of 2015, our work with SDG&E will include 10 LEED certified buildings. This is about the longevity and future of our park. The 27 organizations and institutions of Balboa Park are excited about this anniversary. This is a milestone for our city, and the organizations within the park are pleased to provide a compelling blend of programs, exhibitions, and activities which celebrate the park's rich offerings. More than 70 exhibitions, events, and activities are on our calendar. They range from in-depth exploration of major social issues like race, border crossings, and the human condition to issues that are important to our San Diego community like water conservation, our regional habitats, Dr. Seuss, biotech innovation, and surfing. Our daily efforts are about working together to achieve major changes and milestones. We look forward to the opportunity to work with the City of San Diego, the Balboa Park Conservancy, SDG&E, and other partners in the coalition to create an unforgettable Centennial year. With so much happening in Balboa Park, new tools and technology to explore it with, we believe that this is a great time for everyone to discover this wonderful cultural asset. Just as important, this is the time for residents to rediscover Balboa Park and for people everywhere to experience the treasure that is our jewel in the crown of San Diego. This is our chance for all of us to shine. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I'm Frank Tassin with San Diego Gas and Electric Company, and it's been our privilege to be able to be partnering with the City of San Diego. When you think about in 1915, San Diego Gas and Electric was one of the few companies that was here back then that actually lit the park. And what we're talking about here in this partnership today is about relighting the park. We've been focused for many years on working with the City of San Diego to help make Balboa Park as one of the most sustainable cultural parks in the world. Today's announcement will build on the projects that SDG&E has already been involved with completing the park, such as the solar system that's on top of the Reuben H. Fleet Science Center, the solar trees with electric vehicle charging stations that are outside the zoo, and, as Deborah indicated, our goal of achieving 10 museums that are LEED certified. We're pleased to have the opportunity to collaborate with the City of San Diego, Clean Tech San Diego, on literally re-energizing Balboa Centennial Celebration with their commitment to provide state-of-the-art, emerging technology, wirelessly controlled LED architectural lighting that will stay here beyond the 2015 celebration. These LEDs will provide programmable color wash to accentuate the facades of some of the prominent buildings and structures with the goal of activating the park at night. The overall goal will be to replicate some of the innovative lighting that was featured in the previous San Diego expositions with the latest technology and in a historical, consistent manner. Over the course of the Centennial celebration, SDG&E will continue its partnership with the City of San Diego in further evaluating all the other existing external lighting along the Prado, to identify other viable LED efficiency upgrades to further reduce energy usage and operating costs here at the park. These efforts for the 2015 Centennial offer SDG&E and Balboa Park, along with key partner Clean Tech San Diego, the opportunity to leave a lasting legacy here in the park for future generations. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bill Evans, representing the TMD San Diego. And first of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Kevin Faulconer and Council President Gloria for their leadership on this issue and really getting the house back in order as quickly as they have. The TMD's job is to market the City of San Diego, and that's what we plan on doing by way of Balboa Park. And just as UCSD is planning on illuminating the buildings here for the residents of San Diego, our goal is going to be to illuminate the park to the rest of the world. Let them know it's here. And frankly, for the last 100 years, San Diego's kept Balboa Park a pretty close secret. And we don't know why that is, but as a hotel community, we're just as guilty as the rest of us. And we're going to right that wrong. We're going to spend a lot of money over a lot of years to try to get the word out to the rest of the citizens of the United States and the world what Balboa Park really is. The truth be known, if this facility was in any other major city in the United States, it would be their logo. We would all know about it. We would all want to go visit Balboa Park. If it was in Phoenix, even if it was in, dare I say, Los Angeles. But we have this facility. It's already built, and all we have to do is let the world know about it. So we look forward in the next number of years to fully fund an effort by the Tourism Authority to get the word out to the world of what Balboa Park is. So thank you again, Mayor Faulconer, for all your leadership on this issue.
Carolyn, to wrap us up here.
Okay. And finally, I'm Carolyn Wormser, Director of Special Events for the City of San Diego. And on behalf of the employees of the City of San Diego and all the departments they represent, including the Park and Recreation Department, we are thrilled to be here today to work in collaboration with Mayor Faulconer, the Council President, and the organizations that we work with on a daily basis. We look forward to working towards elevating, celebrating, and promoting the park through our existing partnerships, and we want to lay the foundation for the next 100 years. The response we've had from the community and our own employees has been overwhelming. So many people have great passion for the park, and everyone has special memories of the park. And I don't think there's a San Diegan or a city employee that doesn't want to see the park really in quality and good shape for the next 100 years for their future generations. And so with that, we're going to work on all of the initiatives that you heard about today. We're also going to sort through all of the different calls and emails and proposals we've seen and received to see what is doable. You know, we'll see what is doable, how we can fit those into the various programs that you've heard today, and we'll be reporting out on a regular basis to the Balboa Park Committee. Again, thank you, Mayor Faulconer and Council President Gloria, for putting this together.
Thank you, guys. Q&A. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're happy to answer a few questions. Yes, Ed.
One of the things that apparently got the first go around in trouble was fundraising and where's the money and the sponsors, etc. You've only got a few months left, my words.
Yeah.
And you're still haven't identified, okay, public-private, we're still going to reach out to the public. Have you been able to identify a budget?
Yeah.
Private and meanwhile, fundraising's 9 months.
Yeah, and I think the good news is, and that's why we're getting the cultural partnership involved and the Conservancy involved, Ed, because these are the institutions that need to be in a leadership role, that are putting together these programs that make sense, not only from a capital standpoint on the Conservancy, but from the cultural partnership. That's why the TMD is going to be a portion of that. And that's why, as I said before, this is going to be a celebration about San Diegans, for San Diegans, in a manner that's open. That's why it's going to go to the Balboa Park Committee. It's going to be transparent, and it's going to be one that will be affordable. So as they put these partnerships together, and as they put these programs together, it's going to be one that will have full openness and full transparency.
If I may follow up, do you have a figure in mind in order to do what you set out to do?
It's not a specific figure, because one of the things that we've said is we want this to be able to work in the actual time that we have, as you've rightly said, and also in terms of when we look at, for example, what are the opportunities for sponsorship in groups outside the city, it's going to be real. It's not going to be, we're not going to go into this with a dollar amount that is unachievable. I won't let that happen. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Question was on what about the work that's been done by the BPCI? As you know, that will be winding down. The city has requested an audit. The council and I'm fully in support of that audit. We have a full accounting of how all those dollars were spent, and also any dollars that are remaining and that will be left over will be able to be back and returned so we can use this for this park. That's what will occur. Yes, sir. Yeah, and Todd, yeah, jump on in.
If I can just expand on that, I want to make sure that there are pieces of this that can be saved. For example, the Balboa Park Centennial celebration made a contribution to our park institutions to prepare programming for 2015. Those efforts are ongoing and will make up a part of what we'll be doing in 2015. So that's salvageable. There may be other things, but not all is lost, and some of it will be going forward under the Cultural Partnerships institutional level programming.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Steph. Go ahead, Steph. Come on up. The answer is yes. We'll make sure we get you a list of. The question was which buildings will be. It's going to be very spectacular, that lighting, and we'll make sure we provide that list.
Yes. Some are already done.
Yeah. Yeah, Gene. Yeah, Conservancy. Come on up, guys. Yeah.
To what extent have you been given progress reports, etc., on the advances that were given to the various stakeholders within the park? How are they coming along? Do they need to be audited?
I'm not sure I understand your question. Who's they? Are you referring to the committee? That was very early on in the process. So the answer is yes to all of that, and the Balboa Park Cultural Partners Office can provide you with who received the grants, what the projects were, and what's in place. So that portion we felt was very successful and very necessary to jumpstart our thinking process and planning for 2015.
Well, that's out of our purview, so I would defer that to Deborah and her team.
Yeah, that was pre-conservancy.
Okay, so, time for yes.
Does it work out better? Or is that just, oh, it scales down? I mean, maybe you ought to stop the scale down thing and start the hard.
No, and I think what, for all of us that have seen, particularly over the last several weeks, how many San Diegans love this park, believe in this park, and believe how important it is for us to celebrate that 100 years. In a celebration that is focused on us as San Diegans. And I think that's the biggest change that you're seeing. And as Todd and I have talked about this over the last month, it was all about, let's make sure the people that are, our families here in San Diego, our cultural institutions, are the one driving it, because they're the ones that help know best. And so to answer that question directly, I think you're seeing a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of momentum to have a celebration that befits us as San Diegans, and most importantly, at the end of the day, one that we're going to be proud of.
Mayor, could I
Yeah,
add
go
to
ahead.
that? We're very, very happy with this direction because the conversation, as you've been hearing, is about infrastructure as well as party and celebration, and it's about beyond 2015 and beyond. And that's really the important legacy for everyone in this community and the park. That wasn't as much part of the conversation before. So I think this is a fabulous step, and we should all feel very good about it.
Time for one more, Matthew? Yes, sir.
City staff is working very hard. Special events and park and rec are
Yeah.
already overstretched. Is there money in the city budget that will help augment what they're already doing to make this celebration happen from the ground up?
Question was about city staff and the work that Carolyn is doing, the Park and Rec is doing. The answer to your question is we will make sure that we have the dollars available to make sure that this not only oversight occurs, but as I said, from a staffing level, that we're able to implement all of the great ideas that come forward that we believe we can achieve. So you have my commitment to that.
And oh, by the way, you just unveiled the Explorer Pass. Is that-
Yeah.
You
Tony
know,
wants-
10 years, but the institutions at least came together on that.
It was. I mean, it's talking about the Explorer Pass, and that's going to be phenomenal. I mean, that was something that was a long time in the works. What greater time for that to come online than as we're here on the cusp of 2015? Carolyn, did you want to say a few more about the Explorer Pass? About the
Deborah,
Explorer?
that's
Yeah,
okay.
actually, Deborah, excuse me, Deborah.
The hidden part of putting together a celebration is infrastructure, and the Explorer Pass is so important to being able to create the Balboa Park experience. It's something that the community has been waiting for a decade at least, if not longer, and it provides, with one pass, access to all of our institutions. You can go back again and again with the single Explorer Pass. So it's a great way to celebrate not just 2015, but beyond.
I'll say in conclusion, we're happy to do any one-on-ones. I just want to thank everybody who has come together with the goal of making sure that not only this is a celebration that we're proud of, but that has lasting impacts. And I want to thank all of the members of our San Diego community that love this park, that believe in this park, are offering their time, volunteering their efforts. This is a team effort, and everybody's rowing in the same direction. That's exactly what we need right now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.